We're talking IPL versus laser hair removal in this video today. Which one is going to be right for you? Which one do I prefer? We're talking positives and negatives, how they actually work, the price comparison, the pain comparison, everything you want to know about IPL versus laser is going to be right here. I have reviewed so many IPL devices and I've recommended a few because they work. They have seriously worked for me. The one thing that's always bothered me, however, and that's because I am super lazy, is that if I stopped using the IPL devices regularly, all the hair growth came back in abundance. And that is the major difference between IPL and laser. Laser is more permanent. You need less top-up treatments to stay on top of the hair growth. And you can see up to 100% hair removal in a matter of months. Now, just because you can get regrowth with IPL doesn't mean that IPL has failed, and it definitely doesn't mean that IPL might not be right for you. For me, though, the results just didn't last as long as I was wanting, and that is one of the reasons that a lot of people switch over to laser hair removal. Previously, if you wanted to experience the benefits of laser hair removal, you had to go into clinic and spend an absolute fortune. That is no longer the case. There is now another option for you. Welcome to the world, Tria 4X laser hair removal system. This is safe to use in the privacy and the comfort of your own home, and it is a fraction of the cost of in-clinic treatments. Now, just because this is now available doesn't mean this is going to be the best option for you. Maybe in-clinic appointments are still going to be best, or maybe you're getting everything you need out of IPL. Let's talk about it. Before we compare them, let's talk about what they're both trying to do. Both of these devices, IPL and laser technology, are both using light energy. The light is attracted to the pigment or melanin inside the hair. The light energy travels down the hair shaft to the follicle and converts into heat. It's this heat that damages the follicle, and once that follicle is damaged, it disrupts the follicle's ability to carry on continuing to produce hair. Because of that, over time, the hair grows back slower, lighter, thinner, and in some cases stops growing altogether. Now, IPL and laser are trying to do exactly the same thing. The difference is how they deliver that light to the follicle. IPL uses a broad spectrum of light, which means it's a bit like a torch. You switch a torch on and the light goes in all different directions. It's not targeted to one specific spot. A laser is. It's much more laser precise, and therefore you get more energy in one specific place, so often you get better results. For those of you that want a little bit more information about the energy differential between IPL and laser, you're obviously going to get the highest strength of energy delivered to the hair follicle with in-clinic laser hair removal devices. However, a little bit lower than that is the Tria 4X device, and lower than that still is IPL. So just for your records, 810 nanometer wavelengths designed specifically for targeting hair follicles are used within the Tria 4X laser. The Tria delivers up to 20 joules per centimeter squared, whereas a lot of IPL devices deliver between 6 and 6.5 joules per centimeter squared. So the difference is quite big. The higher the energy, generally, the more effective the device is going to be, and also the longer lasting the hair reduction is going to be. Now, the information that you're all going to want to know: is it painful? So what's the difference between IPL pain and laser hair removal pain? For me, there is a difference, but it depends on which area of the body you're concentrating on. So for me, IPL on my legs is not painful at all. Maybe around the bikini line and underarms, it feels a little pinchy, maybe a bit like a rubber band flicking against the skin. For laser hair removal, however, because the energy is far higher and more concentrated into one point, it is slightly spicier. So that is something that you need to be aware of. If you have a really low pain threshold, laser hair removal may not be for you. You might want to stick with IPL. However, with laser hair removal, there are certain things that you can do, especially with the Tria, to tone down that spiciness. So very similarly to IPL pain, there are certain parts of the body that are less painful for laser hair removal than others. I would say that the most painful area would be the bikini line. However, this is the area where I've seen most improvement in the reduction of hair growth and hair fineness for me. So it's been well worth it. The underarms are also a little bit spicy. They tend to be spicier when I am very hormonal and my skin is more sensitive. So some weeks under my arms, it's not painful at all. Others, it's just slightly sensitive. For the legs, I don't get any pain at all. However, if you do experience some discomfort, there are certain things that you can do to lower the pain. The one thing I really love about the Tria 4X is the different intensity levels. There are 5 to choose from, and you don't just need to go gung-ho into level 5 straight away to get the best results. The best results you can achieve are if you use the device, and if it's too painful and you just think, I can't be doing with this, you're not going to see any results whatsoever. So you're better off using it on a level 3, 2, 1 than not using the device at all. I find it totally manageable on level 5, but you can also use a cooling gel before and after your treatments to make them more manageable. With regards to the pain, you don't need to be nervous. It's a very quick sensation. It's over within a split second before you move on to the next area. So if you are nervous, start low and build up, especially in those more sensitive areas like the bikini line and underarm. I don't use the cooling gel on my legs. I do use it under my arms if I'm very hormonal and that area is very sensitive, and I sometimes use it on my bikini line as well, but other times I don't use it at all because I don't feel it necessary. It's definitely worth having just in case, because there are certain weeks that your skin is going to be more sensitive than others. Now let's talk price comparison, and there is no competition here. If you're wanting to go down the professional in-clinic route, it's going to cost, well, the cost's going to vary depending on what areas you want to do. Now with the Tria, I do my arms because my mum said my arms are hairy and I really need to get rid of the hair. Honestly, she really did say that to me. So I now do my arms. I also do my lower leg. I do my bikini line. I do my underarm. So they are the areas that I personally treat at home. If I was to treat those in clinic, the overall treatment process would cost me thousands. With an IPL device, IPL devices generally cost between £250 and £600, or the equivalent in dollars. The Tria sits at the top end of the premium IPL cost category, but you are getting a laser device, not an IPL device, not the scattered light of an IPL. You are getting laser technology within this device without the need to book any more appointments, to book any more treatment packages, to keep traveling there and back every other week. You have this in your home and you can treat as many areas as you like. Let's talk about the downsides, because there's always going to be a downside, and I think this is really important that you take note of all the downsides before you determine which one is going to be best for you. So let's talk about IPL first. The downsides of IPL is that it's not permanent. You are going to have to continue with your treatments. Another downside is it's quite expensive for what it is, between £250 and £600 per device. With in-clinic laser hair removal, the downsides, definitely the pain. It is quite painful. You also have to travel to and from clinic every few weeks to have your treatments done. The price is extortionate, and not many people have the budget for that. The biggest downside of the Tria for me is treatment speed. Obviously, you can see on the end of this device there is a very small treatment window, and it does take quite a long time to do the entire body with this, and you're obviously having to do this every 2 weeks. So it is a lengthy process. I would say this takes me around about 30 minutes to do the areas that I said I did earlier on: the lower leg, the underarms, the arm, and the bikini line. The second downside of the Tria is that it is more intense for discomfort than an IPL. It just is. That's just the way that it is, unfortunately, but you do have those 5 intensity settings, and you also have the cooling gel if you want to invest in that. For all of the devices, a major negative is that you have to be consistent to see results. So you can't skip appointments, and that goes for IPL, in-clinic laser, or the Tria 4X laser as well. Also, if you have really light hair, because the light is attracted to pigment and melanin, if you have really light hair on your body, it's not going to work to get it right into the shaft and all the way down to that hair follicle, as well as if you have dark hair. So this isn't going to be a treatment that's recommended for people with really light skin and really light hair. The best person for all of these procedures, if you have pale skin and dark hair, you will see more success. So I'm really excited about my before and afters with the Tria. I'm going to show you them on the screen now. Let's go to underarms first. You will see that the hairs are much finer, they're much lighter, and there's a lot less of them. That is also seen in my bikini line photos. I'm so sorry if this is too graphic for you. I wanted to share my experiences with you without showing you too much, but you can see the difference that this has made with only 4 treatments. I really am only a few weeks in, and this has made a massive difference. I would say a 50% reduction in the hairs that are growing, and much, much slower hair growth. I am super excited to continue the treatment to see where this takes me. I want to get 100% hair-free on the areas that I treat. That is my goal, but we'll see whether we get there. So, my final thoughts. IPL is for those people that do not like any discomfort whatsoever, have a really low pain threshold, and also don't mind doing continuous treatments to keep that hair away. If that is you, IPL, that is your gal. If money isn't an option for you, if you have the money to invest in your hair reduction procedures, then going for in-house clinic laser hair removal is probably going to be the best way for you to go. But there are other things that you need to be able to invest. Number 1, you need to be able to invest your time and energy. It's quite a lengthy process. You have to have a treatment plan, and you have to go religiously on the days at the times of your treatment. So it is quite difficult to plan around, but if you don't mind that, then it may be the best option for you. You also have to have quite a high pain threshold. Similarly with the Tria, although this is far less expensive than an in-clinic device and you are getting laser therapy for your money, once you've got the device, this is yours to keep and you can treat as many areas as you want to. You still have to be able to cope with a small amount of discomfort, and you do still have to spend time on this treatment every 2 weeks until you get the results that you want. So it is still time consuming. For me personally, the Tria is an absolute steal, and I wouldn't be without this now, especially after the number of treatments that I've had, seeing a 50% reduction in my hair growth and the best reduction in hair growth around that bikini line. I am so excited about it. So I will continue to use this over the next few weeks and see whether the reduction just keeps on growing and growing and growing. And I am going on holiday at the end of July. So I'm hoping that I don't have to take this with me, that all the hair will be gone by that point, but I will keep you posted. If you are interested on learning a little bit more about the Tria, then I will post the links in the description box. Also, I'll let you know my discount code in the description box as well, so definitely check that out. Do not buy one of these without using the discount code. You're throwing money away. I do highly recommend this though, but you know, it's not going to be right for everybody. It has to be right for you, because if you buy this and then you don't use it, I mean, what a waste. What an absolute waste. My mum is on the journey now. I've got her a device. So yeah, we will see what she says in the next 3 months. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell and give this video a share before you leave. Hope to see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.